Chuggalos, welcome to day 14 of the Brew Crew Podcast 2022 Advent Calendar, brought to you by our friendly folks in downtown Dayton, the Barrel House. I am Matt, and today we are going to be doing Jackie O's Ritual Destruction. Gosh, I wish I had the canner boner segment because I could say a lot just about that. The rest of the can is pretty cool, but like that reminds me of like Nintendo, like 8-bit. Unfortunately, this is a Hazy Citra DIPA India Pale Ale 9%. I didn't realize it had Citra in there because I had a lot of thoughts. I knew going into it because of our preview yesterday, our brief preview, that was a hazy. And if you remember, if you've been with us Chuggalos since the beginning, one thing that we said right away in the beginning was how juicy was overused. Juicy this, juicy that. I think it's died off a little bit. So that was a couple of years ago because we started doing this in 2018. So that was 2018 through 2019. I would say the first 75 episodes of the podcast. We were like, juicy is overused, juicy is overused. You know what's overused now? Hazy. If hazy is on a menu, I'm less likely to order it. It means New England. I don't care for it as much. I think it that haze hides stuff. There's good hazy IPAs out there. There's good New England IPAs. Boom Sauce is the standard by which all hazy IPAs for this beer drinker are settled. I still prefer WIPAs. I still prefer West Coast. The interesting thing, though, is the fact is in this can, and I didn't realize till I just looked at it, Citra. Citra is by far my favorite hop. So let's go with the crack. Again, 9%. So it's a righteous, I can say righteous, it's a righteous DIPA. It's not primed. And this is, again, Jackie O's Ritual Destruction. Again, probably the coolest name that we've had so far, and it's a DIPA. So let's go. You can find out more at JackieO's.com. Jackie O's from Eastern Ohio. The beauty of where they're from is the one Taco John's that's in the state is in the same city. I believe it's Athens. Jackie O's prompting me for I'm over 21 today, because yesterday it looked like I blew myself, if you know what I mean. Watch day 13. Today I went with like an orange-yellow motif. It's coming off a little whiter, a little brighter. I don't know, maybe I'll change up the color again because I think I got a few more of these by myself. So again, when you go to JackieO's.com, JackieO's.com, no punctuation in there. Sustainability crafted with purpose. That's another thing, another motif or common purpose between these breweries is sustainability. No one is out there touting about how they're using crude oil and coal-fired brew kettles to brew their beer. Everyone's, whimsically, with angel tears and sorry, Stacey, wind power and all of this fantastic thing. As long as you make a good product, all of us, no one's going to look down our noses on sustainability. I think it's just becoming too mainstream or vogue. It's becoming the juicy, it's becoming the hazy, and it's becoming sustainability. First impressions. I do get the haze is more in the color or the body of it. I do get the Citra. It brightens it up a little bit and doesn't muddle. It makes it feel like a lighter DIPA. And in that case, a dangerous DIPA, because a lighter, more drinkable DIPA is much more dangerous, much more palatable. So I know I'm scrolling through the phones. Kaysen didn't do a video, so I'm going to just go down their thoughts. So Jason of Kaysen fame goes, thick and tasty, hazy IPA. I enjoyed it, 4.25. They're all over the place. If I found $10 on a sidewalk and they're like, you have to, and they hold a gun to my head and they say, you have to make a bet right now. You have to be within 1 point of either member of the Kaysen fanboy group. I'd have my brains blown out each time. And Kate, way more verbose and deep like a solid beer. Typical hazy for me, not really memorable. Probably buy this based on the can art. That's because we're all kids of the same generation. I think it's that Nintendo 8-bit. That's just the motif, everything that I get from it. Chuggalo Pete is chiming in. Chuggalo Pete is 14 beers or 13 beers in. He hasn't done today's beer. I've gotten one comment from him. He's like, I'm enjoying this so far. Bad pool, Pete. Come on, help us out. Probably buy this based on the can art. Was hoping to be a bit loopy after drinking it to see if there was a secret message on it. Nothing. I give it a 3.25. Her stand-up comedian, just like... I think I'm pretty random and funny and stuff, just like hoping for a secret message in a beer. I think if you drink the whole 6-pack, this feels like it comes in a 6-pack, maybe even though it's a bold, a 9%. So, again, I've gone on about Jackie O's. They were in our advent calendar last year. I think they were Chomo Lungma, which we've gone over. So sustainability and giving back to charitable foundations. That one just has to be lung cancer. And then the Chomo Lungma is Tibetan Andes Yeti, cryptozoological creature of some sort. God, these just taste so much better after working out. I'm leaning towards agreeing with Kate. This is not going to be a memorable one. The anything significant about it is how that Citra is paired with the hazy, and it lifts it up out of the doldrums and kind of clears out, you know, some of the, again, that flatness, or, you know, again, hazies are too popular, and they're too, there's not a lot that differentiates one hazy from another. Come at me on that comment, leave stuff below. Off the top rope, I wish I had the Kivek from yesterday to kind of brighten up this floral palette. Man, we've been all over the place. Off the top rope, I give this a 3.5. This doesn't do much for me, and that's okay. You know, you got to have the sweet and the sour, as I always say. Tomorrow, we're having Duranke, our first as we go back over the pond with a Belgian triple. So the Belgian triple is going to be, go upstairs. Thank you. Sometimes you have to be a father during these. But a Belgian triple is going to be a different pairing and all over, and that just speaks to the craftsmanship that Phil put into crafting this list after Sarah at the Barrel House picked out all these beers. So again, off the top rope, I think I said a 3.5, 3.25, 3.5 all over the place. Again, there's nothing ho-hum. I'm going to forget this beer besides that sweet, and God, I'll listen to JT for about 20 minutes talk about that. Look at that. That's just super cool. This not as cool. Yeah, that is what it is. But like that's awesome. And the name Ritual Destruction elicits something paramount, something significant, none of which applied to this beer, unfortunately. Thanks for listening to day 14, day 15. That'll be the countdown 10, 9 days left after that, 10. Whatever it works out to. Cheers.